Welcome back. Today in this video, we're going to be talking about basically the new 2.0 items. This clock, it's basically just a clock. I haven't figured out what kind of time zone or like how this really works, but it's just a clock. Here is the light selector. You get to change it to different things. Default, which is just the nighttime. If I face it over here, you tell the clock changed. Just click it again. Morning, that's when I had it on. Noon. Afternoon, this is when you kind of see the difference. Never mind. So every single time of day, the clock will change. You go to sunset. This is when you see the changes. I'll face you this way, so you could see the sunset. Next is night. Midnight. Cool cave. Hot cave. Now, the one that's next is the one used in basement, which they called back rooms. Let me show you guys. And it's gonna get pretty dark in here. But watch the light drain away. Like, I sort of like it, but like I could probably use it for some horror maps, but yeah. Here is basically just like a copy map, but it's for terrain. So like over here, I could choose the hills. And you basically see the hills around me. And if I click copy, and then I change it to mountains, which is basically just taller hills, I could click paste, and it brings me back to the hills. So we go to the plains, which is flatter hills and mountains. There's city, which puts around these new terrain blocks, which is just like skyscrapers. Super flat, which is basically just what you saw earlier. It's just super tall, which is basically just a giant. We're basically in a giant hole, little bit, but it's very tall hills. And that's really all it, except for these! They got terrain builders, kind of like grapplers. But if you want to build like hills, you could just lift it up. And also, you could go outside of bounds with this. So you could build up, you could just edit whatever you want, and like, hey, wait a minute, I want those trees. You go click this and look for where you get the trees at, which is probably the plains. Since you could walk outside the map, you could grab these trees. You could grab this one on the floor. You could, I don't think they're not allowed to be placed over here. They're only allowed to be placed outside, which is kind of a first. You could also grab these trees, and it keeps the bushes on them. And you could always just place this anywhere. So now if I wanted to just have a nice little mountain here, I could have a little tree on the top. And even better, you could make your own biome. Like, I could paint this like pink or something, and then I could paint this that kind of pink. I could make it look like this. You can make any kind of biome. And also the limit of how far you could bring these things up is really high. You go above the clouds. And it is as easy as bringing it up to take it down. And if you painted it, you can't really paint it back unless you just select super flat again, and it gets rid of it. Well, it gets rid of all of it. So that's the end of the video. I would appreciate it if you subscribe so I can make more content like this or even better.